It's all going down in Newcastle.
You don't want to miss this one.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Coogan Cassius, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
Edward, COLM McGuigan for AFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. That's a lovely cut you've got. Talk to me about that, my friend.
Yeah, Master Dorian, little Dominican barbers in downtown Detroit.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Little Dominican.
A Dominican barbers?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Dominican, Edward.
Oh shit, yeah. But,
Say it one more time.
Dominican.
No, but say what you did say.
What did I say? I can't even remember.
Oh my days. So how did you find out about Master Dorian first of all?
From yourself. I've told the story. Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. I went in there. They were fully booked. They realised I had 1.3 million Instagram followers. Straight in the chair. Signed the wall. Sweet as a nut. Still charged me. 70 sheets. Lovely. Really enjoyed it actually. Yeah.
And to be fair,
You've had a short one.
yo, it's good, isn't it?
What is that, 0?
Mate, how good is it though?
Yeah, it's
He's
good.
done a good job, hasn't he?
Yeah,
That little line and all.
Better than the one you had.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good.
Let's get into boxing. Alycia Baumgardner in a really tough fight tonight. You said it during the week this was going to be tough. It was going to be no pushover. What did you make of her performance?
I thought it was fantastic. I mean, look, you want excitement. You want people that sit down on punches. You want people that are trying to knock people out. And that's Alycia Baumgardner. I think if it wasn't Leonard 2 in there, I think she would have knocked anybody out in there tonight. Body punches, the spite, fantastic. Shout out to Leonard 2. She didn't stop coming all night. And I think it was a great performance by Alycia, undisputed champion, and now has to move on in big fights now. I think Amanda Serrano is the perfect fight. The winner of Taylor Cameron, only the big stuff now for Alycia. I think she's earned it.
When you say Serrano, does that kind of kill the Serrano-Taylor rematch down the line as well?
Katie's fighting Chantel Cameron anyway, so Alycia is going to fight later in this year. Why not against Amanda Serrano? Serrano's an amazing champion. So's Alycia. Super featherweight undisputed, featherweight undisputed. It's just a great fight, and the winner of that can go on and fight the winner of Taylor Cameron, the loser. Like this, you just got to keep making these big fights, because as you saw tonight, another tremendous fight for female boxing.
Let's move down the card. Andy Cruz. A lot of people online may be giving him a bit of stick. I mean, the guy's just went in there on his pro debut against someone with so much experience. What did you make of his performance first of all?
Great performance. I mean, it's just crazy. You see people see Lou DiBella's tweet. It's like, imagine Lou DiBella, like he would crawl around the entire world to even get a meeting with Andy Cruz. Right. Next thing, he's not his cup of tea. Really, fucking hilarious. So it's like, you've got a guy who's gone in there. He's done 10 rounds on his pro debut. He's won a title. He's fought a 3-time world title challenger. He hurt him repeatedly in the fight. He got more and more aggressive. If he would have gone in there and just been passive, and like I would have understood. But he stepped on the gas. He went the full 10 rounds, and that's a great experience for him to go in deeper next time. The next guy is going to be a top 15 in the world guy, and he's going to be ready, and he's going to have 4 or 5 fights, and he's going to end up fighting for the world championship. He's an unbelievable talent. Like, people sometimes, when you watch it up close and you see the feet, you see the shot selection, you see the way he's, catching on the ropes and just staying calm. That's a debutant. But you can't win, can you? Because guess what? If you put him in a 6-rounder against a Muppet and he knocked him out in a round, everyone would go, what a joke Mac's making. But that's opinion. And everybody's got an opinion. And boxing's full of opinions. And that's fine. At least people are passionate. But I don't like it when they have an agenda. Or they're not, they're not balanced in their opinion.
Do you have to be careful though that you don't move him too quick? You've just said a top 15 guy next. Is that what's right for Andy Cruz at this stage?
Yeah, I mean, look, don't forget, he's had 2 months with Bozy Ennis. Like, once he has a little rest and goes have another 2 or 3 months, he's going to get better and better. He's going to punch harder. He's going to sit down on his shots. So yeah, look, I'm not looking to put him in with Shakur or Devin or these guys, but he's just boxed a guy who's, he's not a top 15 guy, Burgos, but he's a respected former world title challenger. He's very tough. So, so we're matching right.
He told me Keyshawn Davis is nowhere near his level, isn't world level, and it's not a fight that right now does anything for him. Do you agree with that, Andy Cruz?
I think Keyshawn's a great fighter. Keyshawn doesn't beat Andy. Don't forget, Keyshawn's never beaten Andy Cruz. 3 times he's fought him. He's got schooled every time. Now, people say he's pro boxing, mate. I love Keyshawn. I think he's a great talent. He just can't beat Andy Cruz. And I'll tell you something now. You want to bet it? Bet it. Make us an offer. We'll take that fight. They're not going to take our offer, so make us an offer. Or if you want the fight, let's talk. No.
Would you be happy for him to fight on ESPN?
Yes, because it doesn't matter. You know, good exposure, no problem. They ain't going to fight Andy Cruz in a million years. But it's not a reflection of Keyshawn. I think he's a great talent. People know their boxing. Now how special this kid is.
Jermaine Franklin showed in boxing that the zero doesn't matter anymore. He was in against someone again with an unbeaten record, and Isaac Munoz, who came to win, was actually decent enough. Yeah,
I like Munoz. I mean, he had short notice, great chin, and he'll come again. I thought Jermaine looked good, very fast, tired a bit. He didn't have much notice for this fight, Jermaine Franklin, but a good win for him, and I think he's going to be in some big heavyweight fights.
I want to refer to an Anthony Joshua statement that he made to Betfred. I don't know if you've seen it. If you just want to read it there. Yeah. Sorry. What do you think of that?
I think AJ talks when he's in interviews. He's just pretty honest, and he said, "I'm excited to see," or whatever he said, "what I've got left and how hungry I am." He's not questioning if he wants to do it anymore. But he wants to see it in his performance. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why he chose Dillian Whyte, because it's going to bring the hunger out of him. I think if he fought a Otto Warlin or an Ajit Kabayel, you might have got another performance like Jermaine Franklin, but he wants to be in a tough fight. He wants to be in a fight where someone's bringing the dog out of him. And by the way, if that dog doesn't exist anymore, you'll get found out against Dillian Whyte. But this is where you're going to see him, and I think, you know, people like to psychoanalyse every single statement. I think he's just being honest. He says, "I'm looking forward. I want to see what I've got left." I don't think he's not a bluff merchant. He's not the geezer who stands on Instagram and goes, "I'll fight anyone. You're all shit. You're a bucket." Like, he just goes, "Yeah, I guess you could question me. I've lost twice to Usyk. I came back with a win. Didn't look great against Franklin, but let's see what I've got left." Like,
my interview.
yeah, sorry.
Can I join you?
If you, I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, we've got some serious stuff to talk about here. But what do you want? Come on.
Hold that for 1 second.
This is Dimitri Salita for IFL. How are you, Dimitri?
I'm doing great. Eddie Hearn is in Detroit City. It's a good day, yeah?
Great performance from Jermaine Franklin tonight, and a great opponent as well.
Right.
Super tough.
Very tough
but
guy.
Jermaine didn't have a lot of notice for that fight. Faded a little bit in the last couple of rounds, but looked sharp. And I think if I'm someone like Top Rank, I'm looking at Jermaine Franklin and saying, Jared Anderson, I think you might get a big offer for that fight.
Maybe. I feel like Jermaine, with his fight with Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, Jared is still a young guy, so maybe Jermaine deserves a bigger name.
I agree.
Yeah? So, you know, we'll obviously consider it and consider some calls from you as well.
And what's next for Clarissa Shields?
For Clarissa Shields, well, I really believe that it's, right, getting interviewed by Eddie Hearn on IFL. I believe that of what she's accomplished and the fact that she had such a incredible career would be very significant for her to fight in Africa or in the Middle East.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it would be difficult to get a fight in the Middle East. I think they've got some plans at the moment, but I think doing it in Africa would be incredible. She's done pretty much everything else, but I like Clarissa Shields. I think she's got great energy. As do a lot of people from Detroit, Alycia Baumgardner included, with that ring wall. And of course, one of the most energetic people I know, Dimitri Salita. So Dimitri, on behalf of IFL, Matchroom Boxing, we want to thank you for all your help this week. We look forward to continuing those conversations next week, whether that's Ergashev, whether that's Clarissa Shields, whether that's Jermaine Franklin, and on we go.
So two guys that you may have missed on the undercard, but you do watch all the fights, is Joshua Pagan, US national champion, got a first round knockout. Did you see him?
I did. I thought it was a strange referee, but it's a good performance.
Got a first round knockout.
Yeah.
And Joseph Hicks, US Olympic team captain. Did you watch his fight?
Yeah, I did. It was a very good performance as well.
Yeah. So we got
Salita Promotions, deep in talent of up-and-coming prospects, as well as established world champions, undisputed champions.
You want to come work for us?
Dimitri Salita, big in the game. Cheers,
good,
mate.
You're so good, man.
Thank you.
Work with us, man?
Yeah, I'd love to, mate. Really, yeah.
Let me hold that for 1 second.
Thanks,
All right, mate.
More questions. Ed Walding. Yeah. Where do we leave off? Anthony Joshua. Do you think that the British public are overly critical of him because of how quick he rose?
Doesn't matter. No one's ever going to be happy. Not everybody. Most people want you to do well, just not too well.
Wood Warrington announced this week. What happens with Kolmatov in that case?
It's not been announced yet. So,
is it going to be announced this week?
I mean, it's a fight we want to make. We've still got things to to box off. As you know, this week is all about finalising a schedule, getting everything signed so we can try to announce the week after the full schedule and get the press conferences up and running and go absolutely mental and smash all those shows.
Kolmatov, Ray Ford, does that land then if Wood Warrington is made?
Yeah, I think, look, ultimately, I see the winner of that fight vacating. And that would mean that Kolmatov would fight Ray Ford for the vacant title. And we'd look to do that soon after, probably in October as well.
Ebony Bridges on the Anthony Joshua undercard. Who's that likely opponent for that?
Possibly, not necessarily. We're talking to Ebony at the moment. She's back in training. She's with Dave Coldwell. We'll see if she's going to be ready on time, but we'll make a decision this week.
Last one from me. Alexander Usyk offered to train Kugan Cassius to fight you in a charity bout. Would you accept that challenge?
The thing is, right, it's a bit like Francis Ngannou or Nate Diaz. Once you see it, you're never going to want to watch it again.
But it's on a massive platform like IFL Live on August 13th.
Huge. But what I'm saying is if I ever do a fight, I can only ever do one. Because you'll realise how useless I am, right? So I'm never going to get a second payday. So the first payday, this is like the same with Nate and the same with Francis Ngannou, right? And this is where they're smart. Rather than have a couple of warm-ups like Kugan Cassius, right? I need a big fight.
You know what?
He's a bit of a beast.
You reckon he'd do?
Box, like I don't know, like if it was grappling or anything like that, he would probably put me to sleep within like a second. But what I'm saying is, Kugan, like me and Kugan, we're both useless. Probably a 50-50 fight. But I can't fight Kugan because I need the 10 mil. Yeah?
Give me a name. Who's that 10 mil fight?
God blimey, not John Fury. He'll kill me and all. Don't know. But that's the number. So
you want 10 million to fight. So anyone that wants to put on a fight with Eddie Hearn and it's 10 million, that's it, done.
Take the fight. Yeah.
Edward, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
It's all going down in Newcastle.
You don't want to miss this one.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.